Next, under the heading of transient behavior of circuit element, we will try to understand the behavior of RL circuit. We have already done RC circuit. Next, we will try to understand RL circuit. Of course, a circuit where you have one resistance and one inductor. What is inductor? Inductor is nothing but a length of wire which has been coiled, right? And when current flows through the coil, what happens is a magnetic field is produced. That means inductor stores energy in the form of magnetic field, right? And when this magnetic field, in the absence of source, what happens is this magnetic fields will dissipate. It will dissipate through the resistor, right? So how this energy is dissipated through the resistor is nothing but the transient behavior of the circuit where you have only resistance and inductor. Okay, so what we have to understand, let us try to understand through a diagram, right? There is a source, this is a switch, then there is a resistance, and now instead of a capacitor we have an inductor, right? This is R, this is L, this is the switch S, and this is the potential which we are going to apply V. Of course, when switch is on, current will flow, right? Current will flow. Let that current be I. And when current will flow through this resistance and inductor, a potential will be developed. Let the potential across resistance R is VR, and let the potential across inductor be VL. Okay. So this is the potential. Now what we have to understand is, we have to understand three conditions: t equals to 0 minus, t equals to 0 plus, and t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0 plus. I have already given you an example so that you can understand or you can relate what we are trying to find out in the circuit. As I said, I gave you an example of a two-wheeler, right? So we have to understand the behavior of the vehicle. We can take the example parameter as speed. Okay, so speed of the vehicle before you switch on the engine, as soon as you switch on the engine, and once the engine has been switched on and the process has been carried out. Okay, that means after a long interval of time, what happens to the behavior of the vehicle? The same thing we are doing when we are connecting a resistance and inductor in series and we are applying potential. We are trying to understand how the circuit will behave. What we if you compare this circuit, it will be almost similar. The operation is exactly similar to what RC circuit is. In RC circuit, what we have concluded is that initially the capacitor, if the capacitor is discharged, as soon as when source is applied, there will be a transient behavior. That means capacitor will gradually increase to steady state, and of course once steady state is reached, the potential across the capacitor will remain constant, right? So this is the charging part of the capacitor. So initially, and the charging of the capacitor will be done exponentially. This is what we have to understand. The same thing has to be understood for RL circuit. So at t is equal to 0 minus, that means the switch is still not closed. It is in the open condition. Of course, no current will flow. VR equals to VL equals to 0. That means no current is flowing through the resistor and inductor, and considering that the inductor is not storing any charge, what happens is the potential drop across both will be 0. Now at t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 means as soon as the switch is closed, right? As soon as the switch is closed, instantaneous the circuit will oppose any instantaneous change in the value. So still the value of VR equals to VL equals to 0. Now once the circuit has been switched on for a considerable period of time, that is say t is equal to 0 plus, so what we will do is, we will apply, to understand the circuit, we will apply KVL to the circuit. Okay, KVL to the circuit. So what is Kirchhoff's voltage law? The the total voltage drop around any closed loop starting from 1.1 potential going back to the same point, same potential, must be equal to 0. You already know how to apply KVL. So by that formula, what we can see is, we can say that V is equal to VR plus VL, and V is equal to voltage drop across resistance can be written as resistance multiplied by current, and that will be VL. Okay, now this same current I is this is the current which is flowing through resistance. As resistance and inductor are connected in series, the current flowing through resistance, same current will flow through the inductor also. So I is equal to IL, and which is L d dt of L di by dt. So now substituting this value in the above equation, what we get is V is equal to Ri plus L di by dt. Okay, now dividing the above equation throughout by L, what we going to get is, can I write the same equation like this, di by dt plus R by L into I plus V upon equals to V upon L, right? This is the equation. Divide the entire equation through by L. So this will be di by dt, this will be R by L into I, plus this is V upon L. Now comparing the above equation by di by dt plus pi equals to q. If you compare this equation, what we get is P is equal to R by L and Q is equal to V by L. Okay, next the above equation will have two parts. Okay, the first one is particular integral. That means the value of current through the inductor when t is equal to infinite. Okay, let us come back to this point. Now what will happen is, as soon as switch is on, current will flow through the inductor, right? Current is what? Rate of flow of charge. So what happens is, the current will keep on increasing, right? And at t is equal to infinite, that means after completion of after lot of time has been elapsed, after that we are trying to understand the particular integral part. So at that point the magnetic field around the inductor will be maximum, that current will be maximum through the inductor. So we say IL is equal to V upon R, and if IL is equal to V upon R, proportional integral will be V upon R. Let this be equation number. We have not specified any equation number, so PI, that is particular integral part, will be V upon R, and that equation will be represented by 1. Okay, next now complementary function is given by A. We have already studied this in RC circuit, that a complementary function for first degree differential equation is given by CF is equal to A e raised to power minus PT. What is P here? P is R by L. So CF is equal to A e raised to power minus T R by L. In this case, when R and L are the, so R by L is the time constant. Okay, is the time constant. In case of RC circuit, it was RC. it is here. In case of RL circuit, it will be R by L is the time constant. Okay. Now, so therefore IT is equal to, it has two expressions. One is proportional integral and the particular integral, and the complementary functions. It is V by R plus A e raised to power minus t R by L. Okay. Now let us find coefficient A. So at I is equal to 0 plus, right, I is equal to 0 plus I is equal to 0, what we can see is I is equal to 0, it will be V upon R plus A e raised to power, we are considering t equals to 0 at that point. So anything raised to power 0, exponential log of exponential 0 will be 1. So I of 0 is equal to V by R plus E. And so if you consider it to be at 0 plus, what happens is the inductor will oppose any instantaneous current. So this equation will be equate to 0. So V upon R plus A equals to 0, or we can say A is equal to minus V upon R. And substituting this value in this equation, what you get is I upon T equals to V upon R minus V upon R e raised to power minus T R by L. So I upon T equals to V upon R 1 minus E minus T R by L. Okay, so this is the equation which we got. Now having got this equation, what we will do is, now we will try to understand the behavior of the circuit at time t, at 2t, at 3t, 4t and 5t. In this case, what we will try to understand is, or we will try a graph between time period t on the x-axis and current through the inductor on y-axis, right? As I said, current will flow through the inductor, magnetic field will be produced, and that is how the voltage will be increasing across the inductor. Okay, so at different interval of time t, 2t, 3t, 4t, 5t, if you substitute the value, what you are going to get is at time t, that is at 1t, we will get the value as 0.63633 V upon R. Next is at 2, you can substitute the value and you can check 865 V upon R. The next is 950 V upon R. At 4t, this will be 0.982 V upon R, and this is 0.993 V upon R. So if you draw the graph, what you can see is this is the total IL current, right? So at t you will have the value as 0.633, and when you increase the value of t, see what is happening is, see, this is the increase in the current, right? And gradually it is becoming constant. You can see the value 950, 982, 993. As the time elapses, it will reach the steady state value. So this is the behavior. So what we can conclude is that in a RL circuit also, as soon as a source is connected, the current through the inductor increases exponentially in the transition period, and then at a certain time period it will reach a steady state, that is fixed value or constant value. So that was the objective of understanding transient behavior of RL circuit. I have not mentioned here, it is RL circuit, a resistance, when a resistance and an inductor is connected in the circuit. I hope you have understood. The last circuit under the heading of transient behavior of circuit element is RLC circuit. Okay, that means resistance, inductor and capacitor connected in series. Again, we have to try to understand the behavior of the circuit when all these three components are connected. That is for the three conditions: before the source is connected, as soon as the source is connected, and once the source is connected and a considerable time has been elapsed. Okay, so these are the conditions which have specified: t equal to 0 minus, t equal to 0 and t is equal to 0 plus. Of course, for the first two conditions, what is the state? Of course, when no source is applied, or as soon as the source is applied, what will happen is the potential, no current will flow through the circuit, the potential drop across all the three components, all the three elements will be 0. So VR, VL, VC is equal to 0, and in the second state also, when t is equal to 0, VR, VL, VC is equal to 0. Now once t is equal to 0 plus, that means after some times has been elapsed. So what we can do is, we can, of course, current will flow in the circuit, we can apply KVL. So when we apply KVL, what we get is VR plus VL plus VC equals to V. You know what is KVL. Just applying through the sign convention, you will get this equation. The total current, the total voltage drop around any closed loop must be equal to 0. If you start from 1.1 potential, go back to the same point, same potential. Now I is equal to IC. As all these three are connected in series, current remains same. So I is equal to the current flowing through the capacitor, and the current flowing through the capacitor is given by C dVc by dt. And what is VR? VR is the current flowing through the resistance multiplied by the resistance, so it will be R, and we substitute the value of I is C dVc by dt. Similarly, VL is L di by dt. If you substitute the value of I here, it will be LC d square Vc upon dt square. So substituting these two values in this equation, these two values, let this be equation 2, let substitute the value of 2 in 1, what you get is, you get this equation. And if you get once the RC dVc by dt plus LC d square Vc by dt square plus Vc equals to V, and if you divide this equation throughout by LC, what you are going to get is d square Vc by dt square plus RC upon LC, CC gets cancelled, it will be R by L dVc by dt plus Vc by LC equals to V upon LC. So of course this is a second order differential equation. Now you have two parts for this equation: particular integral when t is equal to infinite, and we know at t is equal to infinite, that means a considerable time has been elapsed, the voltage drop across inductor and the capacitor will be maximum. What is that maximum? Maximum is the potential which we have applied. So voltage across capacitor will be V, therefore proportional particular integral will be V. Now for the complementary function, when there is no excitation, what we can see is, this is the equation we find out. As I said, this is a second order differential equation. We calculate, we find out the roots of this equation. So considering this value as d by dt equals to d, this equation can be reduced to d square plus R by LD plus Vc upon LC equals to 0. This entire equation will be equated to 0. Now we get two roots, let the root be d1 and d2. Okay, so d1 and d2 we have specified by the equation: minus R upon 2L plus minus under root of R by 2 multiplied by 2 minus 1 upon LC. Let R by 2L is equal to alpha, let this big value as alpha, and this entire value called as beta. So now we have two roots, d1 will be minus alpha plus beta, it can be 1, and d2 will be minus alpha minus beta. So we got two roots. So when you talk about RLC circuits, as I said, these LC circuits are tuning circuits. It is used for producing an oscillation, right? So LC in this circuit, LC will be used for producing oscillation, where R will be damping the oscillation. I will just tell you what exactly I mean by oscillation. I am talking about a sinusoidal waveform. This is a sinusoidal waveform, and this is a damped sinusoidal waveform. What you can see is the amplitude of or the strength of the signal is continuously decreasing. So this R is nothing but a damping factor, and that is what we are going to find out and cases. Okay, so R is the damping factor. So now damping factor you have to calculate. Omega is 1 upon, this is the frequency, the resonating frequency you call 1 upon under root of LC, and alpha is given as R upon 2L. So omega upon alpha upon omega is the damping factor, which we constitute as R upon R into root of LC upon 2L. Now there are 4 cases which we are going to study. In the first case, R upon 2L square is greater than 1 upon LC. Of course, in that case, root will be negative and the roots will be given as D1 is equal to, which we have identified as D1 is equal to minus alpha plus beta, and D2 will be minus alpha minus beta. So you get the equation for voltage across capacitor as C1E minus D1T plus C2E minus D2T, where D1 and D2 are our roots. So when mathematically it is find out that the response will be over damped, right? It will be over damped like this. Okay, damped oscillation. Similarly, case 2, when R upon 2L square is equal to 1 upon LC, roots will be negative, real, but it will be equal. That means D1 and D2 both will be alpha. So for voltage across capacitor will be C1 plus C2 T into e raised to power minus alpha T. This is called as critically over damped response. Second case, when R upon 2L whole square was equal to 1 upon under root of LC. Okay. Third case, R upon 2L square is less than 1 upon LC. Roots will be complex conjugate. It will be given as D1 is equal to minus alpha plus j beta and D2 is equal to minus alpha minus j beta. So when you constitute an equation for the voltage across capacitor, mathematically it has been seen that it will be under damped response. Okay, it is under damped. This is over damped. These 2 cases, this will be under damped. And in the fourth case, that means when you make R equals to 0, see what was R? R was the damping factor, right? In the oscillation, R is the damping part of the oscillation. So if you remove R, that means you make R equals to 0. At that point, the oscillation which will be produced by the circuit will be pure whenever an external excitation is provided. Okay, so case 4, R is equal to 0, D1 is equal to j omega and D2 is equal to minus j omega. So VCT, when we constitute the current voltage across capacitor, it will be C1 cos omega t plus C2 sin omega t, and mathematically when you analyze the circuit, it will prove that it will produce a pure oscillation. So when R, L and C are connected in circuit and external force or external excitation is provided as a source, the transient behavior, the behavior of the circuit will be according to the cases which we have derived. I hope you have understood. This is all about transient behavior of the circuit elements. In the next video, we will try to understand AC fundamentals. Thank you so much.